Just off the main road in Cedar City, you will find Frontier Homestead State Park. It's a museum celebrating the area's pioneer history. There are old buildings, wagons, farming equipment, even a replica of an old blast furnace to talk about the area's mining history. I mean, there's a reason why it's called Iron County. Now, it would be really easy to drive right past this place, and honestly, a lot of people do. But for our Mini 5 series, we wanted to stop here to see what this park is all about.
Being born here in Cedar City, it's really important to me.
Even though he's only been park manager here for a few months.
This is a great day visit.
For Michael Stewart, it's like coming back home.
Part of my heritage, right?
And it's not just his heritage, but the heritage of people from Cedar City, Iron County, and southern Utah as a whole.
This is like stepping back into what their ancestors did. There's so much to see and do, and it's the perfect blend of education and also interaction.
Frontier Homestead State Park isn't really the kind of place you notice from the road. You have to step inside.
This was the early mode of transportation.
Where right away you'll see all sorts of cars and old stagecoaches.
Yeah, it's an extensive collection, one of the biggest in the region and also in the state.
Back then, people would come here by train, then use these cars to head out to the national parks.
Yeah, this is actually going to be parked right over there in front of the Twin Pines station.
Gas was only about 20 cents a gallon.
First gas station here in Cedar City, and we're actually building a replica of that now.
Step out back, and there's even more. From old farming equipment.
Do you think you could operate one of these if you had to? Would you know what to do?
No.
To one of the oldest cabins in Utah.
I think 24 children were born in that cabin.
One room for a whole family.
One of the many hands-on activities we have here at the park.
That's a lot of laundry, which you can still try for yourself.
Yeah, we have school groups, and this is one of their favorite activities, is to do laundry like the pioneers did.
And speaking of school, there's even an old schoolhouse to show kids what learning was like before tablets and Wi-Fi.
This is what the students would have learned in back in that pioneer era.
You can also visit a barn where sheep are still sheared for wool, but it was necessary for clothes back then. There's also a replica of an old blast furnace, showing how iron ore was mined and why.
Sometimes people say it would have been easier to live back then, but come here for a day and that might change your mind.
And that might be what this place does best. It's a heritage you have to see to appreciate.
There's patrons that come regularly just because they like to step back in time.
Yeah, certainly worth a visit if you're out in this area. Now, Frontier Homestead, based on fiscal year visitation numbers with Utah State Parks, it is the 5th least visited state park in the entire system. Tomorrow, we'll take you to number 4, way out in Blanding, edge of the Cedars, to show you what that park is all about. For now, though, in Cedar City, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News. A lot of the state parks you visit, it's all about hiking or camping or boating or some type of outdoor recreational activity. Edge of the Cedar State Park here in Blanding isn't one of those. Instead, here, it's all about education, about learning about the Native American people who lived here and what they were doing long before anyone else.
The history of Native American peoples here in the Four Corners area is just so beautiful.
The history here isn't just something you look at, because you're already in it.
What we have here is a community center from 1,000 years ago.
Jonathan Till, the museum curator here, has made a career out of interpreting these special places.
So this building is at least 2 stories tall.
Like this great house where people lived, died, and in between, figured things out.
These are community spaces. These are places for people to gather to work out issues of God and politics.
They are places that even 1,000 years later still feel important.
This was the center place. And those far-flung places like Salt Lake, that's the boonies. This was the center place 1,000 years ago.
Inside the museum, the story goes even deeper.
This is a Clovis point. It's a 13,000-year-old tool.
That's right, 13,000 years, showing people have been here for a very long time.
Paiute peoples, Ute peoples, and Dene peoples, Navajo folks. And of course, the landscape around here is known as being an ancestral homeland for many or most or maybe all of the Pueblo peoples.
Till also showed us sandals.
These are about 1,500 years old.
And an exhibit showing dogs were a part of their life too.
These folks had domesticated dogs.
For companionship and also for their hair.
The white dog hair rope here, it's about 14 feet long.
And even a ladder
Really fine-grained history.
with a photo showing how it was found.
We keep learning so much about the history through archaeological research here.
And maybe that's what makes this state park different from the others. Not because it's flashy or crowded, but because it reminds you a lot was happening here
The ideas that indigenous peoples employed.
long before it looked anything like it does today.
Human history here in the Four Corners reverberates, resonates so powerfully.
And a good chunk of that story is right here, waiting for you to discover it.
I encourage folks to come and visit.
Yeah, often a lot of people who are in this area, visitors, they're going to either Moab or Monument Valley, maybe even Bears Ears, but Edge of the Cedar State Park is certainly worth a visit. And you don't have to spend a lot of time here, maybe 30 minutes, an hour, to see the artifacts and the ruins out back. For those who love history, it is perfect. Again, it is number 4 in our Mini 5 series, the 5 least visited state parks. Tomorrow, we'll take you to number 3, and it's the former capital of the state of Utah. For now, though, in Blanding at Edge of the Cedar State Park, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News. Right in the middle of Utah in Fillmore is Territorial State House State Park and Museum. Now, did you know this used to be Utah's state capital? Because, of course, it's in the middle of the state. However, it was only the capital for about 1 year until the capital was moved to Salt Lake City in 1856. Now, this is run by the Utah State Park System. So we wanted to know, if people come here, what else is there to see, do, and even learn about?
When people ask me what I love about it, it's the community of this park.
It's a park you've probably passed on I-15 without ever really stopping. But this is the heart of Fillmore. Not the gas stations, this building.
The whole town rallies around this park.
And the guy trying to get people to notice it, especially on Instagram,
Say, oh, I went to the busiest gas station in Fillmore.
is Carl Aldrich.
Are you a youth? Or do you work with a group of youths?
Oh, look, there's this dork on the internet. Let's go see what his park is all about.
He's the park manager here, but also quite the content creator.
I think the most embarrassing video is the one where I climb up on the ladder and go like this. I think 70,000 people have seen that video.
Because for him, this isn't just a museum.
Original tools that were actually used to build this building.
It's a place that gives people a good reason to stop.
We have a couple of pieces that were made here in Fillmore.
And if you do, there's also a chance you'll learn something new about Utah.
Deseret News was actually printed here
A
for
printing press that once kept people informed during the Utah War.
talking to prisoners through the window here.
A jail, chains still attached to the floor.
People who don't even know that their ancestors are here.
And walls filled with pioneers who never really left.
There's lots of names you'll see here that you could also find here in Fillmore still.
Upstairs is where Utah once tried to figure itself out.
This was the Legislative Hall, so this is where the legislature met. It's where Brigham Young gave his speeches.
For a short time, this was the center of everything in Utah. Of course, these days, it's a lot quieter.
For the most part, if you stop here, it's going to be a nice, chill spot just to hang out for a while.
Maybe for a picnic, or to let the kids run around for a little while.
I'll leave directions for you down below in the caption.
Or to just get on your phone and check out Carl's latest Instagram videos.
So I embarrass myself a little bit, but it's getting people in here. People stop in and say, we saw you on social media and thought we'd stop and check out the park.
Yeah, we think this place is definitely a worthy of stop, especially if you're already in Fillmore getting gas or snacks or something like that for your road trip. Again, Territorial State House is number 3 on our list of the Mini 5. Number 2, that's tomorrow. We'll take you to Paiute County, to Paiute State Park, and show you what that park is all about. For now, though, in Fillmore, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News. There are some state parks where when you visit, they're absolutely packed, and maybe you can't find the peace and quiet you were looking for. Well, Paiute State Park here certainly isn't one of those. It's located in Junction in Paiute County, and it's the second least visited Utah State Park, but that's also the attraction here. If you visit this place, you'll find a spot where you can truly get away from it all.
It's wonderful. I love it.
There are some days when Lance Eliason can't believe he gets paid to be here.
I won't go anywhere. I'm staying here till I'm done, till I can't walk. I love it that much.
He's the manager of Paiute State Park, a place that means more than a paycheck to him.
I grew up fishing on these reservoirs with my dad.
And a place where it's not what you see, it's what you don't.
It gets overlooked because it doesn't have the amenities that some of the other big parks have.
Maybe that's why not many people come here. No visitor center, gift shop, or RV hookups. But that's the point.
Sometimes we look at what a place doesn't have, and I've kind of been in that boat. I'm like, well, we don't have power and water in here. But sometimes you have to look at how that can be a strength too.
You can fish, water ski, go boating, even use it as a base camp for the nearby ATV trails.
You can ride for days.
The water levels, though, don't always cooperate. And like many parts of Utah, some years are better than others.
We're half full right now. We're 50%. It could be a rough year.
But the quiet, that part doesn't change.
You do need to unplug from things and just chill once in a while in life. Take a breather.
And although visitation numbers don't show many people coming here, it's based off visitors who leave money in an envelope instead of an actual entrance.
We get a lot of people that swing in and well, I'm just stopping by, you know, I wasn't planning on paying, and so I think the number's slightly higher.
He'll tell you, though, this place has never been about the numbers because at a time when it seems like everything is rushed, finding a place that isn't might be worth more than we think.
It's just chill, and I love that.
Yeah, and we could all use a place to get away from it all from time to time. Again, Paiute State Park is the second least visited state park in Utah with about 1,800 visitors in the last fiscal year. Tomorrow, we'll take you to the least visited park with 900 visitors. That's Anasazi State Park in Boulder. For now, though, at Paiute State Park, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News. Visiting Anasazi State Park takes a little effort. It's located in Boulder and Garfield County, and although it is a very beautiful area, it is nestled between a long winding canyon road and a long winding mountain road. But if you do come this way, it's a park that celebrates Native American culture, there is no doubt you're going to learn something.
We're trying really hard to tell an accurate story.
All it takes is a few minutes to realize you're looking at something special.
We have a 900-year-old, or over 900-year-old ancestral Puebloan village.
This is where people once lived, worked, and came together as a community.
We believe that about 200 people lived here.
Today, that story is still being told of the people who were here first, and a story park manager Jamie Skidmore wishes
this archaeological site burned. That's why the people here left.
more people knew about.
We want people to know that these communities are still here. They're still present. They still live on. And I feel like the work that we're doing in the museum shows that.
There are pit houses, archaeological sites, even a replica of what this site would have looked like way back then.
We get a lot of people who come through and they're like, this is amazing.
But if you look at the official state visitation numbers, you might think hardly anyone comes here. Last year, Anasazi was Utah's least visited state park with about 900 visitors.
Our numbers are based on entrance fees, and because the park went through this very prolonged remodel, we haven't been charging entrance fees.
For a while, visitors couldn't see everything this park had to offer.
We want our patrons to pay for a finished product, and our product isn't finished yet.
So Skidmore felt it just wouldn't be right to charge people to come in.
You know, one thing about not charging an admission is everybody comes in. Everybody gets to see everything that you have to offer.
And because of that decision, more people came.
We actually had about 25,000 visitors, which was actually one of our best years since I've been here.
It means more people learned about the indigenous people who lived here,
There's a whole lot that goes into one of these exhibits.
how they lived, and what it took to turn this area into a spot where they once thrived.
What these buildings would have looked like had they remained intact.
Because sometimes what matters most isn't what gets counted.
We care about them and we care about their history.
Yeah, and you can truly tell there are a lot of people here who care about this park. Well, that wraps it up for our Mini 5 series here on KSL. If you're looking for a fun adventure this spring or this summer, you can't go wrong at any of them. In Boulder at Anasazi State Park, Alex Cabrero, KSL 5 News.